Rumours of a PlayStation showcase or state of play are everywhere at the moment. They're basically inescapable, and it's all but confirmed in the next couple of weeks there probably will be one. If I'm around, I will be live streaming it, so please do look out for that if we get an announcement. But today we're going to be looking through my predictions for what we could see at a state of play. Both PSVR2 related and a couple of flat screen games that either I've heard about or could be very, very exciting if they are announced based on a couple clues. But before we get into that, we are trying to get to 10,000 subs at the moment. This is my usual spiel. If you do find yourself liking the content, please feel free to hit subscribe. It helps me out more than you think, and it's also free. But with that being said, let's get on to the main part of today's video. Let's start with PSVR2 games that I potentially could see either getting more of a spotlight put on them and being seen again or being introduced to us for the first time. Now there's a differentiation that has to be made here. If it ends up being a state of play, we probably could end up seeing maybe 1 or 2 PSVR2 games there. But if it's a PlayStation showcase, it could be anywhere between 2 or 5. In the last showcase, there were quite a few shown off to us, but in state of plays, we usually get around 2. And also let me know in the comments below if there are any games you think are going to appear or you'd love to see make an appearance at the upcoming PS showcase or state of play. First of all, a big one that has been rumored is a new AstroBot game. Now, my prediction for this, if it is real, is that it definitely could be a hybrid game between PSVR2 and Flatscreen. AstroBot is no stranger to PSVR as a medium. We had Astro's Playroom on PSVR 1, AstroBot Rescue Mission as well. Both those were very, very big hitters for people playing them. People absolutely love them. I remember my first PSVR experience was Astro's Playroom. Just before school, I got my headset, I opened it, and I had such an amazing time with it, and that's all I thought about all day. So returning to Astro with a new PSVR 2 hybrid game potentially could be really, really exciting, and rumour has it that this one has been in the works for a while. The note about their next game from the team that usually makes the Astro games was that this was their most technologically advanced game yet. At least I think so. So exciting things could be ahead. I would also predict us seeing maybe another Metro trailer with some more gameplay and perhaps a release date this time. One thing that occurred to me is that maybe PlayStation has the rights to most of the marketing for Metro since we saw Metro for the first time at a state of play, and a showcase with a load of eyes on it could be the perfect time to show up the release date and a load more gameplay and get people invested in one of the biggest shows of the year in terms of gaming. There's not too much else I'd really want to see in terms of the game. I don't really want a lot of the story spoiled for me, but I would like to see maybe some more weapons, enemies, and see if we're actually going to go up to the surface in this game or not. All in all, I'm very excited for Metro. We've talked about it in the past, but it definitely is one that we could see at a PS showcase. Whether or not Sony has the rights to showing this game off or not, I think there still is a good chance even if they don't. So hopefully we get another look at it very, very soon. Another game that could appear, and I want to clarify, I have absolutely no information about this one in terms of marketing plan, release date. It's public knowledge now that I have played Behemoth, but yeah, I have no clue about any of this stuff, where it could be announced, where it could be shown off, how it's going to be shown off. I literally have just played my bit, which I cannot talk about at all, and I have no inside information about whether or not this even could appear at a showcase, but I think the first glimpse of gameplay, it would be an amazing moment to see that at a state of play or a PS showcase. It would get a lot of eyes and attention on the game, and that's exactly what I want for Behemoth, because from that first CGI trailer, it seems like there's a lot of potential in there. I'm going to now shut up about Behemoth because I don't want to slip up and reveal anything that I cannot, but I just want to clarify again, I have absolutely no clue about the plans going forward for this game, whether it's going to be revealed, when it's going to be revealed, anything like that, but it would be very cool to see it at a showcase, and I'm going to be very happy if it does. But Skydance are a big company, so if they wanted to show off the game whenever they felt like it, they could probably do their own little thing, so I have no clue. We'll have to wait and see on that one. Another PSVR2 game that we could see appear is Resident Evil 9. It's been rumored this one is open world, a bit of a departure from the last, but it seems to be the culmination of a lot of work gone into the Resident Evil series over the last couple of years, and has been in development for a very long time, since Resident Evil 8 started getting developed, I think. It should tackle a new storyline, but rumor has it that a few older characters are going to appear, and if it's been in development at the same time as Resi 8, I cannot really see them developing them side by side without implementing VR into this one too. Obviously, it's not a guarantee, but the track record of Capcom is that they usually have a PSVR 2 port of their Resi games, and I hope Resi 9 is no different. However, if it is announced, I wouldn't expect the VR mode to be announced at the same time. I think with Resi 8, we didn't get confirmation that there was a VR mode in the works at all, but perhaps that is because the PSVR 2 wasn't announced by that point, I can't remember, but we did get a bit of a hint of Resi 4 when that was announced, so there's a chance, but I wouldn't bank on it definitely getting that confirmation of support during the announcement for it. but it's definitely one that I think we could see in a PlayStation Showcase upcoming in the next couple of weeks. My final PSVR2 game prediction is probably Ace Combat 8. If I had to go for one. Ace Combat 7 was an incredible experience, even though it was very, very limited on PSVR 1. PSVR 2 could take this series to the next level and provide yet another option for flight sim enjoyers like myself. It is a very arcade game, but it's a load of fun. The online multiplayer is really cool, and if this is like a Gran Turismo situation, we could go from having a specific mode in the game, like GT Sport on PSVR 1 and like Ace Combat 7 on PSVR 1, to a fully playable game in VR. Imagine the campaign of Ace Combat all in VR, the multiplayer you can play in VR. That would be the dream. So I'm really hoping we get an announcement for Ace Combat 8. I believe it is confirmed, it's in the works, so that would be a massive missed opportunity if they don't show off Ace Combat 8 sometime in the near future with VR support. I think that would get a load of people on board with PSVR 2, along with Resi 9 as well, so fingers crossed. Now I just want to tack on at the end here a couple of flat screen games that I would be excited for if they were announced. The first one is the Spiderman 2 DLC. I'd love to see a DLC announcement and maybe have it drop on the same day as the showcase. That would be awesome, or the day after or something like that. We've had the new Game Plus update and all that, so hopefully we'll get some new content for the game, because Spider-Man 2, I absolutely loved it and I want more of it, and if there's any place to announce a DLC, it's at a showcase or state of play, right? The second one here in the flat screen department is actually one we've heard a couple of rumors about, which is a LEGO Horizon Forbidden West and Zero Dawn game called LEGO Horizon Adventures. I'm actually cautiously curious and optimistic about this one. I really enjoy the LEGO games. I enjoyed Skywalker Saga very, very much, and I had loads of them on the PS3 back in the day, so it's probably a guarantee that we're going to see this one. A load of leakers have said we're probably going to, so a bit of a weird one, but I'm cautiously excited about LEGO Horizon, so we'll see how we go with that. The final game, and I'm just going to throw this one out there, could be an announcement for Ready or Not on console. Now, if you don't know, Ready or Not is a SWAT-inspired multiplayer game, or single-player game, depending on how you want to play it, where you basically take on police situations. You can go into different areas, different missions, either to take down armed individuals or to save hostages. And it's a game that either works really well in solo because you use commands to order your team around to clear rooms. There's a lot of cool features here, like being able to look at your teammates' viewpoint and what they're seeing through a helmet can. And it's one of the flat screen games that I've really been loving recently. And in multiplayer as well, it becomes a really, really fun, intense, and funny occasionally co-op shooter that is quite tactical and milsim-like in terms of the movement and gunplay. So the reason I'm putting this one here is because, unfortunately, Void Interactive, who make Ready or Not, they had a data breach a little while back, and in that breach, and it's really unfortunate they did have a data breach because it was a very big one, but one note in there was that apparently people had seen a PS5 and console build of Ready or Not on there. I don't know whether or not that was going forward, but it would be a great announcement to have it at a state of play or at a showcase to get some traction and word of mouth going about it, because it's one that people have been asking for on console for ages. So if it does end up coming out, I'd be incredibly happy. I would happily double dip and get it on PS5 and also along with my Steam copy, just so I can play it with friends on PS5, because it genuinely is one of the most refreshing and fun and also terrifying games that I've played recently. Anyway, that'll do me for my list of upcoming games possibly at a PS showcase that I'd love to see, or my best guesses for what we might see at an upcoming showcase. Again, I have no insider information about any of these in terms of when they're releasing, if they exist or are going to be announced, but they are just what I'd love to see in a showcase, so hopefully we get some word on them soon. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Thank you to our patrons Luke Bentley, Phil Irving, Hazit Mirza, Ace Gamer, and Hippie Pickle, and our YouTube member Jin007, a license to chill. If you want to join the Patreon or YouTube membership, the links are all in the description below, along with the link to the Discord too. Thank you all for watching once again, and I hope to see you all in the next one.